it's me. Sorry, hold on one second. I just got a message from my friend. I didn't want to keep prolonging the thing. Because I'm here. I'm here now. I know it said on the stream schedule, it said Radiant Tail. One, I have been waiting for this game for a while to go on sale, so we're playing a different game today instead. I know. I'm sorry. But I need to play this game. I watched the anime. Hold on, wait, let's see. All right, sorry. Let me just get straight into it. So first and foremost, yes, we will get back to Radiant Tail next week, or I might even switch Sunday, because I know I had something planned for Sunday with Radiant Tail, because quick little rundown. I know I usually don't do this, but I just need to give a little updates. So yeah, I'll be out tomorrow, usually for Saturday, so Sunday is gonna be my Saturday stream. And I might have to cancel doing Olympia Soiree, because I was going to originally, hold on, is my mic on? Yeah, my mic is on. Okay. I was going to originally play Olympia Soiree, but I saw that there was a mature rating on it, and I wanted to check it just in case, because I thought it was going to be like a Virtue Evermore situation where it was just going to be really bloody. That was not the case. It it got like, I mean, it's not bad, but I did not expect the amount of, I'll just say, smut. I was only going through one of the routes, and there was like, nothing's happened yet, but like it's teetering on like almost getting there, and I don't think Twitch or YouTube would like that very much, so I might have to axe it, and I'm really upset because I did want to play it on stream, but because of that, I don't think I will, because I like I said, I was playing it, and I got to a scene where I had to literally like get up from my bed and like run laps around my room. I was like, what? So instead, we are going to be playing Meiji Tokyo Renka, which which I have only watched the anime for. And when I watched the anime, I cried like a little baby, because the ending messed me up. Like, I kid you not, I literally just bought the game like maybe 20 minutes ago. When I saw it was on sale, I needed to get it. Like, I needed to. Because I loved the show, and I loved the MC, and I loved the guys. So this is what we're gonna be playing. I hope you all enjoy, because I'm very excited to play this. Like, words cannot describe how extremely excited I am to play this. And, oh my god, the game is really loud. Hold on. Okay, I think I don't have anyone on right now, so who can give me the yay or nay? But I hope the game isn't too loud. With that out of the way, let us begin. I'm so excited. Oh my god.
Meiji Tokyo Renka.
I'm so excited. Okay, hold on. Yeah, from the beginning.
僕
Let's
が
go.
とっておきのマジックを見せてあげるよ。
I'm so excited.
準備はいい？
I'm so excited. No, okay, I gotta give myself the first name and last name. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh. This might be a little delayed. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Okay, now it's good. So, for the last name, I guess we'll just put, oh, shoot. No, go back. I guess we'll just put Kitsune. Unless someone else has a interesting last name to use. I might use, I don't know. I guess I could use her last name. Would anyone be opposed to that? Ayazuki. Ayazuki Vixie. It's cute, it works. Hold on, wait. Let's put it in here. There we go. Vixie. There we go. Hold on. Okay. So, I mean, we can't change this, so... And I feel like Kitsune would be kind of lame. I mean, I know it's technically like the second part of my name, but... Is this really where I'm gonna have, like, trouble? Hold on, let me see if... No, he's not. Okay. Alright. I don't know. Do I... Oh my god, this game is blaring in my ears. I have to turn it down. I'm so sorry. Do I want the last name to be Ayazuki? Do I want to go by Kitsune? Kitsune Vixie? You know what? It's kind of cute. Kitsune Vixie's kind of cute. Or I could give myself... I don't know. I guess it is technically... Ah, you know what? Why the hell not? Kitsune Vixie. Vixie Kitsune. Stupid. It's stupid, but it's... Kitsune. Perfect! Kitsune Vixie. That's gonna sound so weird in the context of this game. These guys are gonna see me and they're gonna be like, your last name is Fox? I'm gonna be like, yep, that's my last name. So, yeah, I think we're gonna start with that.
この名前で間違いはない?
Do I want to use, would you like to use this name? Yes. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited! I'm so excited! Sorry. It was a very bright night. I stopped and looked up at the sky. Red. The full moon floated in the night sky. It was as red as the setting sun. It was a fake full moon. Fake full moon? What the fuck? It looks ominous. Although in reality, it is probably just an optical phenomenon. It still felt kind of spooky. Maybe I have just watched too many horror movies. I have to go home. Just as I was about to start walking again, I heard strange music on the cool night breeze. Accordion? Accordion. Somewhat new, somewhat nostalgic. Somewhat bright, somewhat dark, mysterious music. As if lured by its sound, the shadows of many people were drawn into the large park. Apparently, a festival was being held in the park. It wasn't the season for festivals, but it certainly seems like fun. My curious feet wandered and wandered, unconsciously heading for the park. Hold on one second, can I? No. Oh god, now I don't know which one's the... Hold up. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Option 画面に行くの?
I just need to speed it up a little bit. The text is a little slow. Faster. And then...
Option 画面に行くの?
Didn't mean to do that. I want to make it a little lighter. There we go. Okay. Here we go. I have to go home soon. I'll be scolded by my parents. However, the lights of the lanterns and the light music that can be seen just a few steps away cannot help but it should probably be I cannot help but lift my feet. Look, if there's a few translation errors, I don't care. I'm just excited to start this game. Surely a little time can't hurt. 10 minutes. No, just 5 minutes. I told myself this and started running. Yeah, girl, run! Run, girl! Oh, how pretty! Wow, Oh, the festival that was held in the park was more lively than I expected. Goldfish scooping and target shooting, grilled corn and ramune, yakisoba noodles and frankfurter sausages. Not only the standard menu of the fair, but antique style furniture and household goods were laid out like an open-air market. And what was exciting the customers on the street was a street performer.
さあ、お立ち会いお立ち会い。手前ここに取り出したる陣中香はこれ、ガマの油。ガマといっても、そんじょそこらのガマとはものが違う。
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I'm being like
オプション画面に行く
I'm
の
being anal about this, but now I can't actually see the damn. There we go. Okay. Ah, I may have heard of this. I think it's called a toad oil cellar. I am sure that I saw it on the television just recently. On television. Sorry. It seems to me that the sales talk I just heard has been passed down as a street art in the ointment demonstration sales that have been going on since the Edo period.
はい、ご通行中の皆様。要望奇妙にして珍妙なるこの娘。親の因果が子に報い、生まれいでたるは蛇女。
Oh my. The translation's a little wonky, but honest to God, that I'm probably gonna be the one who butchers everything. So
お題は後で結構だよ。はい、入って入って。
I did not mean to press that. Anyway. This one looked like a call to a freak show. A sign with a frightening picture was displayed in front of the hut. These freak shows are actually not that big of a deal. The touts make a lot of big claims, but of course, there is no such thing as a snake woman. That will obviously be a disappointment. Even so, the normal human reaction would be to want to look at it. Just as I was wondering if I should go in or not, I heard a cheerful voice behind me. Oh.
さあ、寄ってらっしゃい見てらっしゃい。西洋奇術博士が送る世紀の大マジックショーだよ。
Oh my, when I turned around, I saw an exceptionally large crowd. On a simple stage, a man wearing a monocle and a tailcoat who appeared to be a magician was smiling.
ご覧いただきますこの箱。実は入れたものすべてをこの世から消してしまうという摩訶不思議な箱にございます。
Oh my. The magician reverently extended his hand and pointed to a large square black box. It was large enough to accommodate one adult.
象、飛行機、戦車、何でも消してご覧に入れましょう。
That is quite the claim, sir. Can you back that up? Sorry, hold on, I'm trying to move myself. There you go.
さあ、どなたか自家用ジェットをお持ちの方はいませんか？今日はインドから象に乗ってやってきたという方は手を挙げて。
The audience laughed out loud. This looks quite interesting. Being carried away by that voice, I tried to get closer to the stage. At that moment, I made eye contact with the magician on the stage. At least that's what I felt.
はい、象をお持ちの方はいらっしゃらない。では今夜は特別にここにいらっしゃるお客様一人を消してご覧に入れましょう。
Alright. Wait, a minute? It was not my imagination. Our eyes had definitely met. The magician chuckled and oh. Did that not just... Oh my god, go back. Oh no, it just... There's no translation after that. Oh my god, you know, it's fine. I had a really terrible premonition.
はい、そこの可愛らしいお嬢さん。
Oh no. Oh no.
そう、そこのあなた。はい、舞台に上がって上がって。
Me? Yeah? The audience's eyes all fell on me at once. Why? Why me? I had just wandered by and our eyes had met. Notwithstanding that, I had never thought I would be called onto the stage. While I remained puzzled by the unexpected turn of events, the people around me pushed me from the back, and before I knew it, I was up on stage.
さあ、こちらの気の毒なお嬢さん。
Hello, sir. We are very close to each other.
箱に入るとあら不思議。私が3秒数える間にきれいさっぱり消えてしまいます。
I don't know if I like the sound of that. Oh, it's so embarrassing. I never enjoyed standing out. I felt I would like to disappear even before he could count to 3.
ではお嬢さん、覚悟が決まりましたら こちらの箱にお入りください。
Oh. The audience shouted, "Go for it!" And their expectant and curious gazes were concentrated on the stage. I couldn't run away now. Ugh, I hate that smile. I took a glance at the magician who was happily nudging me, and I had no choice but to go inside the box. There was only room in the box to sit down while clasping your knees. They probably had duplicate structure with this trick section a lot smaller. This would be a nightmare if I were claustrophobic. Soon, a shadow loomed overhead, and my field of vision darkened. Oh. Slam. Ah! It's pitch black! The lid of the box is closed. Perhaps because I was cut off from the outside world, the hustle and bustle of the festival became distant.
さあ、勇敢なお嬢さんの運命やいかに。見事成功いたしましたらご喝采。
I beg your finest pardon. When this magic was over, I needed to go back home. I wanted to get home quickly and get my school homework done. Eat dinner, text my friends, and then read a book I had borrowed from the library. What else was there?
では参りましょう。
That's right. All I had to do after that was sleep.
3、
Just sleep soundly and profoundly.
2、
So deeply that I wouldn't even sleep.
1。
Deep. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh! We got an intro, boys! Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm like... I'm so excited! Oh, you're gonna have a hard time choosing who I want to go with first. Because I have... Okay, there are two. There are two that I really want to romance. Him, and then the guy with the brown hair. Because there's a little secret about the guy with the brown hair. I don't know! Well, I want to romance all of them, honestly. The one with the green hair, with the ponytail, he made me cry so hard in the show. I don't know a lot about the blue hair guy, just in like one episode. Obviously I like the blue hair, the long-haired guy, because long hair. Oh. First day. Oh my. Huh? It seemed like my body was floating when I opened my eyes. I felt the vision was dark, and I heard someone's voice in the distance. Oh, I didn't realize the little clicky button's a bunny! Oh, you can't see it. Hold on, wait a minute. The little clicky button in the corner, it's a bunny. That's so cute! Oh my god. My whole body felt awfully tired. It was like the physical sluggishness. Oh my god. See? It's already happening again. It was like the physical sluggishness that one feels, accompanied by a guilty feeling after sleeping about 15 hours on a school holiday. It was a sense of instability, as if I might be dragged into the mud if I stayed I might be dragged into the mud if I stayed still. Lord, the translation. What kind of light was that? Eventually, in the darkness, a faint light began to grow. It was like looking through frosted glass, and the dim light was similar to that of fireflies.
あらあら、無防備だね。
Hello! Hello, hello, hello! We're playing a new Otome game. And the translation's already a little janky, but you know what? Oh, Wrath, do you remember me talking very vaguely about a reverse harem anime that I watched that made me cry? This is the game. It was finally on sale, and so I bought it. Yeah! This is the game! I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. I don't even care if the translations are janky. I'm just so excited to play this. It was on sale for like 60% off, and so I was like, girl, yes. Gobble me up. In this fluffy dreamscape, a not so peaceful conversation could be heard. I wanted to force my body to wake up, but I was too sluggish to move.
意地悪おいでないよ。そっとしておいておやり。
Don't eat me, please.
どうしてさ、寝ているみたいだし、ちょうどいいじゃないか。
No! Don't eat me! Was this really a dream? What were these voices? Even so, my body was extremely tired.
ほら、よく見てごらん。この子は。
Cold fingers gently stroked my cheek. Ha! Don't touch me. Whoa! Surprised by the cold feeling on my cheek, I sprang up as if I was being played. Played? Girl, what? Okay, sure. What was that just now? I looked around me with dread, but it was pitch black and there were no sign of anyone. However, I definitely felt somebody had touched me. If it was a dream, it felt too real. The sound of the trees, thickly overgrown, rustling and swaying in the wind. As my eyes became more accustomed to the dark, I could see several faint spots of light. Is this a park? I was in the center of an empty square. It seemed as though I had been asleep on a bench. There was nobody around. All alone in a quiet park, the place where the festival had been held just a few minutes ago was silent. The melody of the accordion, the laughter of children, the sound of the marbles rattling around in the ramen, the street performer with his magic show. Everything was gone, just like magic. So, where am I? I was in a place I did not recognize at all. It had to be a park because there were things like benches and a pavilion. It was so wide and dark that I couldn't even see the exit. Oh no. Oh shit! At a loss, I looked up at the sky. A jarringly red moon floated in the night sky. A red moon. I was horrified. Oh my. I need to get home now. I was flooded with anxiety and apprehension. I had to get home right away. But where was I going back to?
ああ、よかった。こんなところにいた。
Hello? I jumped as I was suddenly addressed from behind.
やあやあ、無事だったようだね。お嬢さん。
You did this to me! Okay, have fun gaming. The tailcoat and the monocle, the thread-like thin eyes. This was the magician in question who had been performing magic on the festival grounds. You are from earlier. The magician smiled and snapped his fingers. Then, oh my god, no, not the boss. Hold on. There we go. Then to the right of him, a pink scarf appeared. What? That cloth? Where'd it come from? I scrubbed and rubbed my eyes. It seemed as if it had jumped out of his hands. And for some reason, the scarf wasn't wrapped around my neck.
これは僕のマジックショーに出演してくれたお礼だよ。どう？あったかいだろ？
Where did you take me? The magic show! Come to think of it, I wondered what had happened to the magic show. I had no recollection of what happened after I got inside the box. Is it possible that the festival just ended while I was inside the box? It was possible. I mean, apart from that, I had no way to explain the situation in the quiet park. I'm sorry. It was my fault that the magic show was a flop, isn't it? I'm really very sorry. A flop! Sorry, it's really funny. It seems, well, that I fell asleep in the box. I wasn't sure for myself what I should be apologizing for, but I thought I should apologize anyway. I'm usually a rather good sleeper, but I never expected to fall asleep in an instant like that. The inside of that box must have been extremely comfortable, I suppose.
ああ、違う違う。確かにマジックショーは失敗したけど、君のせいではないんだ。
What the fuck does he mean by that? He said by way of interrupting me. Is that right?
うん。いや、むしろ大成功と言えるかな。そう、少なくとも失敗ではないよ。マジックの趣旨からは外れていないし。
What does that mean? I didn't really understand, but I was glad I had been a success. The word great success took a bit of a sting out of my heart. So everything must have gone very well while I was sleeping. That must have been the case. By the way, I seem to have lost my way. Where is this place I'm in now?
ここ？ここはね、ちょっと待って。
He pulled back his tailcoat and snapped his fingers gracefully. Immediately, something that looked like a book appeared. I was puzzled. While I was puzzled, the magician flipped through the book and tilted his head, saying,
日比谷ヶ原ってことはつまり今でいう日比谷公園のあたりかな。
What? Hibiya Park? So this was a map? I had a lot of questions, but I set them aside for a minute. The only Hibiya Park I knew was the huge park located in the office district of Tokyo. I could not think of why I would be in that place now. Even so, was Hibiya Park this dark at night? There were hardly any streetlights, and the darkness was so heavy with so many stars visible. Although we were in the middle of Tokyo, I felt like I had become lost in the middle of nowhere. Well, do you know what direction direction the nearest train station is? At my question, the magician took his eyes off the map and gave a grandiose shrug.
それは実に難しい質問だね。単純に駅といってもいろいろある。
What do you mean by that? Oh, it doesn't matter. Even the subway is fine.
残念ながら地下鉄はないんじゃないかな。
What?
そうだな。強いて言うなら新橋ステーションが最寄り駅になるんだろうか。
Shibashi Station? How's he suddenly throwing in English words? He really was a strange man. Could it be that this person is a foreigner who had only just arrived in Tokyo? No, his Japanese is really good, so I guess he's a returnee who's been away from Tokyo for a long time. And it made sense that he was staring at a map. Anyway, I have to get out of this park. If this is Hibiya Park, I should be able to find the station if I just go outside. Or I could just grab a taxi. Well, I need to be getting home.
帰るってどこに？
Home? I'm going home. え？
どこに帰るつもりでいるのかな、お嬢さん。
My house. Well, I mean, come to think of it, where was I intending to go? The only place I could return to was my home, although I knew that my head was spinning. I tried to think, but I could not remember where my house was. Was I still half asleep? I must be half asleep. That's what it must be. It was so dark and unsettling here that I wanted to get out in the light right away. I don't know, but I need to go home.
帰る場所がわからないのに帰るんだ。それはまた随分難易度が高そうだね。
Yeah, he's got a point there. He crossed his arms in admiration, the eye behind his monocle narrowed. Just who is this guy?
そうだった。実はね、さっきのマジックショーのことなんだけど、どうやら僕の不手際により君を本当にこの世から消してしまったらしいんだ。
I beg your pardon? Erased? Huh? Yeah, me too, Vixie. What? The smiling face of the magician shone bewitchingly in the moonlight. My mouth was simply gaping at that outlandish statement.
ごめん、急にこんなこと言ったら驚くよね。でも安心して、
Yeah.
僕は決して怪しいものじゃない。
I can't trust him when he says shit like that.
君をこの世から消したと言っても、何も僕が君のことを殺しちゃったわけじゃないんだ。
Oh, okay. But still.
そういう意味で消したわけじゃないから、どうか安心してほしい。
But okay. Kill, huh? I heard this very disturbing word. It made my blood run cold. Then I retreated one step.
いやいや、違うんだ。とにかく僕を信用してほしい。僕は極めて真っ当で善良な人間だってことを分かってほしいんだ。
Anyone who says that, I don't trust them in the slightest.
君を騙そうとか危害を加えようとか思ってないよ。ほら、この澄んだ目を見れば僕がいかに信用できる人間かわかるだろう。
But your eyes are closed. I can't exactly. Okay. I don't understand. I had to communicate my true feelings. There was nothing more suspicious than somebody who told you that they were not suspicious.
おや、どうしてこんなに好青年なのに。
That's not what a not suspicious person would say. It's the other way around, because you are a suspicious person to look at.
またまた冗談きついな。
I'm being serious. As I thought, this guy is dangerous. Perhaps sensing my blatant caution, he cleared his throat and straightened his back.
まあまあ、とりあえず落ち着いて。怖がらせてしまったお詫びにいいものを見せてあげようじゃないか。
I was frightened. He snapped his fingers of his left hand. Yeah, hello? In an instant, 3 pigeons flew from his hand. What was that? Sorcery?
魔法じゃないよ。マジックさ。
The magician proudly puffed out his chest. That was amazing. It was great.
そうよかった。やっと信用してもらえたみたいで嬉しいよ。
No, I don't trust you. I immediately shook my head. The skill of a magician and the credibility of his character were two separate issues.
手強いな。どうしたら信用してもらえるんだろう。
Bro thinks, yeah, here, wait, let me just do some magic. Now do you trust me? Like, dude, no, what the fuck? Well, can I just go home now?
いやいや、ちょっと待ってよ。鳩でも信用してもらえないなら他の動物を出そう。
Guys, dude, just let me go home.
そうだ、ライオンはどうかな。ライオンを出したらさすがに信用してくれるよね。
Buddy, no, I don't want to be feared for my life. No thanks.
じゃあワニがいい？いや、キリンにしようか。それともゾウ？
No, enough already. I shouted with all my might and started walking rapidly. I didn't know where the park exit was, but I decided to run away anyway. I had to get away from this ultra-suspicious magician.
おーい、お嬢さん！
Please don't follow me.
待ってよ。女の子の夜道の一人歩きは危ないよ。
Dude, you should not be the one saying that. I think I'm most in danger from you. I started to run in a panic. How long did I keep running after that? Before I realized it, I had left the park and was on a main street. The strange magician was nowhere to be seen. Somehow I managed to escape. And I suddenly stopped. Hang on, I was sure that Hibiya was supposed to be an office district. What reflected my eyes was unpaved roads and brick buildings. It was a bleak downtown scene. The somewhat exotic atmosphere may be due to the many Western-style buildings. Where is this really? If this was near Hibiya Park, I thought I was probably around Yurakucho and Kasumigaseki, but there was not a single skyscraper to be seen. I looked up as I thought I heard an animal cry. It was somehow similar to the sound of a neighing horse. Even further away, I could hear the sound of hooves running on the ground. You're just imagining things. I shook my head, unable to make the connection between the words Hibiya and horse. What's that feeling? What was the source of this discomfort in my throat? I couldn't express it well in words. I'm so sorry, my mouth is getting all jumbled up. I somehow managed to suppress my hazy feelings and walked along the dark night street for a while when the smell of baking fish wafted in from somewhere. Such a good smell. Maybe there is a set meal restaurant nearby, or an ISEKAI'D type of bar. When I thought of Yurakucho and Ginza at night, I had an image of fathers working on their way home from work, drinking together. I'm sorry, I need to take a drink. A chain izakaya with shiny neon lights, a large karaoke box building, a long line of cabs. But there was nothing so common in this neighborhood. Just lines of retro buildings that were somehow nostalgic. For now, let me ask somebody directions to the station. Excuse me. I called out to a man in round glasses wearing a Haori Hakama. It was a kind of attire that seemed to have come from an old black and white photo. Is there a station near here?
駅かね?
He held up the lantern he had lowered and looked at me slowly from head to toe with curious eyes. What's with that? Staring at people in that way. Eventually, he pointed to a moat with a bridge over it.
新橋ステーションならこのお堀沿いに歩いて行けば着くけれどね。
I like how they spelled station like that. Shinbashi Station? I hope he means Shinbashi Station. There seems to be a large station there, so I felt a sense of relief.
いやー、しかしあんた。
Yes?
随分とハレンチな様相だね。やれや。これだから最近の若いもんは。
I'm sorry. Indecent? How is this indecent? But okay, sure. Indecent? I looked at my outfit in panic. It was the school's designated uniform with standard black tights. I thought it was a fairly normal outfit. This guy, however, took a look at me with a frown and then quickly left the place. Indecent. I kept walking down the street along the moat, still shocked by his reaction. The streets at night remained dark. It was so sparsely populated that it was hard to believe that there was a station ahead. Anyway, why is everyone wearing kimonos? There were some men wearing suits, but absolutely all the women were wearing kimonos. As a result, I really stood out everywhere. It was somehow odd. It was that feeling of being in a kind of special place, as if I had wandered into a theme park. It was as only half of my body had entered an unreal world. And then, from afar, with the earth shaking, I heard the sound of something running. What was it? The tinkling sound of an impatient bell. Large black objects came barreling down the middle of the boulevard at breakneck speed. And when I realized it was two horses, I felt unable to move, as if my body had frozen. Horses? Why are there horses here? And we were in the middle of Tokyo. And yet there were two horses, and yet the two horses beat the ground with their hooves, their manes fluttering in the wind, and headed straight toward me. Everything happened so suddenly, and the soles of my shoes were stuck to the ground, so I felt unable to move. I needed to run. If I didn't run, I was sure to get run over. Quickly! Oh my gosh, you're about to get Twisted Wonderland, Isekai. Ah! Just as I was preparing to die, someone grabbed me roughly from behind. My body floated softly, and the two horses passed right by me like a gale, almost simultaneously.
おやおや、ぼんやりしてたら危ないよ、お嬢さん。
Dude, get away from me. Ah! I gasped at the voice whispering wickedly in my ear. The one who was holding me from behind was the weird magician from earlier. Why are you... I asked him in a trembling voice as I quickly backed away from him.
いやー、偶然だね。また会えて嬉しいな。
I don't trust his ass.
あれ？おかしいな。どうして僕はストーカーを見るような不信感たっぷりの眼差しを向けられているんだろう。
If the shoe fits, my good sir. No, it's just...
僕がいなかったら、君はもう少しで馬車鉄道に引かれてしまうところだったんだけどな。
Okay, be that as it may.
つまり僕は君にとって命の恩人ってこと。
My savior. Well, I suppose that is right. It was true that he was the person who helped me when I was almost run over by a horse. However dangerous this person was, the fact remained that he helped me. Thank you for your help. At any rate, I needed to thank him while blatantly bracing myself to escape immediately. What was that horse doing just now? Surely you don't produce that with your magic. I mean, you produced a... You just... Sorry, let me reread that, because this is janky. Surely you didn't produce that with your magic. I mean, you produced a pigeon just now.
だから馬車鉄道だよ。この時代の路面鉄道は馬が動力なんだ。日本では電車が実用化されていないからね。
What? Yay. Sorry about that. Hold on, I need to check the time real quickly. I'm sorry about that, someone texted me.
どう説明したらいいんだろう。つまり今の君は電車の通っていない時代に存在しているってことになるんだけど。
I'm sorry? Me too, girl. I'm also like...
まあ早い話、ここは明治時代の東京なんだ。
Okay, I know I put it in the title. I just need to check when the Meiji period is, just for the sake of the saving my girl. Meiji period Japan. Oh, great. So we could be from 1868 to 1912. It's before World War I. And World War II for that matter. Girl, get back to your time. Like, now.
君は僕のマジックによって平成から明治へタイムスリップしてしまったというわけさ。
Oh! Okay! Meiji? I tried to think about it with my fuzzy head. When I heard the name Meiji, my first thought was that this was a theme park that had recreated the Meiji period. If this entire cityscape was a part of a theme park, it certainly made a lot of sense. But when had something like that been built in Shinbashi? I was so surprised to learn that such a large facility had been built in a place I was unfamiliar with. I nodded gently, having understood the situation at first glance. I see. I understand now. So, I'm going home.
ああ、ちょっと待った。
Please let me go. A large hand grabbed my arm tightly. Even if I moved my arms and legs in a flailing motion, he kept me tightly bound and did not release me at all.
君、やっぱり状況がよく分かってないだろう。
No, I don't. Just tell me what's happening. I get it.
じゃあ聞くけど、君は一体どこに帰るつもりだったのかな？
So, home. Obviously, if you go home, you are going to your home. The place where your father and mother are waiting for you. I pressed my temples and slumped down. Even though I had to go home, I could not remember at all where my home was. What shall I do? Where on earth was I supposed to go back to? How had I wandered into such a place? I felt dizzy and disoriented. I found that my body was trembling slightly with fear.
まあまあ、お嬢さん、落ち着いて。
I don't know.
君が混乱するのも無理はないよ。時代を超えるっていうのはなかなかの大仕事だからね。
A big deal, I think, is an understatement. We time traveled.
慣れてないとすぐには頭が順応しないんだ。少し時間が経てば混乱も収まるはずだから、それまで安心して構えていればいい。ね。
No, I don't think I can rest easy. Other people must have seen me like a newborn deer, trembling with fear, possibly trying to encourage me. The weird magician kept saying, "No problem," and "Don't worry." As I said, I couldn't relax. When interacting with his friendly attitude, I let my guard down just a little bit, probably because he had saved my life. Of course, I had not been able to trust him fully. There was no point in rushing around, was there? For a start, I need to calm down. I needed to work through my situation one piece at a time. One piece! Sorry. When I asked, "This is Shinbashi, right?" The magician did as he always did. He pulled up a map out of nowhere.
厳密に言うと銀座の尾張町だね。
Ginza?
なあ、現代だと尾張町っていう住所は残ってないんだけどね。多分銀座4丁目の交差点あたり。日本で一番地価の高いところだ。
It was far too removed from my idea of the glamorous Ginza. When had they performed the renovation to change the streets into Meiji style? Several rickshaws with lanterns passed us by. The streets lined with brick buildings were beautiful. It's amazing, just like the real thing.
うん、本物だよ。
Well, the magician and I stared at each other for about 3 seconds.
ここはちょうど銀座レンガ街と呼ばれていた大通りさ。いやー、ハイカラな街並みだね。
Huh?
日本人が見よう見まねで西洋の建築を真似たものだから、どこか和風な趣もある。それもまた風情があっていいじゃないか。
The magician gestured and talked to me like a tourist guide. By the way, what is your name? I casually asked. He had saved my life. I should at least know his name.
え?
I was asking your name.
ああ、名前ね。名前。
And then there was a pause.
僕の名前はチャーリーだ。
Charlie! What a fucking name. Charlie? What's with that fancy name? Almost certainly a pseudonym. It has been nothing more than a fake name. Increasingly suspicious. So suspicious.
君のその猜疑心に満ちた鋭い眼差し。たまらないな。
Is he like a little... He's a masochist! What the fuck? Yes?
いや、なんでもない。
He quickly straightened his posture.
ところでお嬢さん、君の名前も聞かせてくれないかな？
My name? My name is Vixie Kitsune. I was relieved that my name popped into my head without having to think about it. If you not only forget where you live, but also your name, that is full-blown amnesia.
いい名前だ。
Well, thank you. It was not the first time. It was not the time to be casually introducing yourself. But honestly, I was still not sure what to do in that situation. I was not sure, but at least for now, I was glad I was not alone. If I were alone in this unintelligible situation, I think I would have been even more distraught. At that time, my stomach started to rumble with a roar. Maybe it was because my tension had been released, but my body started to complain of hunger.
あれ？もしかしてお腹が空いてるのかな？
Yes, just a little bit. Wow, how embarrassing. It was so so loud that there was no way to fake it. I got all red in the face.
そうだよね。僕もできればこう小腹なんかを満たしたいところだけど、残念ながらお金がない。
A masochist and a brokey. That's the man we're left with right now? Eh? You don't have any money? Even though you're a grown man? Perhaps the occupation of magician is not such a lucrative one. I thought worrying things that did not concern me. Well then, just in the way you produced a pigeon with magic just now, could you make a hamburger or a sandwich or something?
鳩もライオンもワニも出せるけど、ハンバーガーやサンドイッチは出せないんだよね。残念な
Damn,
が
what
ら。
a loser magician. You can't produce them. Magic is so inconvenient. Producing food would help family finances and be more convenient than producing animals like pigeons and crocodiles.
あ、いいことを考えた。
He suddenly let out a loud voice and clapped his hands together.
うまくいけば僕たちは豪勢な夕食をただ食いじゃなくてご馳走してもらえるかもしれない。
Really? Charlie's face lit up. Does one of his friends live near here? I wondered if he intended to barge into their homes and get them to fix dinner for us.
問題はうまく潜り込めるかだけど。
Huh?
ああ、いやこっちの話。じゃあ早速行ってみようか。
You know what? For how janky the translation can be sometimes, it's kind of charming, I'm not gonna lie. Oh,
はい到着。
eh? This was after walking several dozen minutes or so. When I saw the building to which I was led, my legs almost buckled from beneath me. It was a large two-story chalk pavilion that glowed in the dark night. Dimly in the dark night, sorry. It was a magnificent Western-style building that I would normally call a palace. The light was spilling from the semicircular arched windows and made it sparkle. Sorry, let me retry that. The light spilling from the semicircular arched windows made it sparkle like a dream. A large golden light was placed in the path leading to the main entrance, and horse-drawn carriages and rickshaws carrying well-dressed people passed through the main gate, one after another. So beautiful. I was often at loss for words to describe the fantastic appearance of this place, which looked like it came straight out of a picture book.
どうしたの？鳩がマシンガン食らったような顔してるけど。
What a sentence! Charlie called out to me as I stared at the building. Yes, well, were Charlie's friends loyal tycoons or something like that? They would have to be at the level of richness to be able to possess such a pavilion. I was just thinking, what a wonderful residence this was. Who lives here?
誰も住んじゃいないよ。ここは明治政府が威信をかけて建てたいわゆるパーティー会場だ。
Ah, party hall.
そう、君も知ってるはずだよ。教科書にも載ってるぐらい有名だからね。
Laughing at this, he bowed at me with a reverent motion.
鹿鳴館へようこそ、お嬢さん。
The Rokumeikan, as he had said, was shown in textbooks. It was a historical building from the Meiji period. It was a place where government bigwigs gathered at night and hosted foreign dignitaries. I was pretty sure that was the case. So, is this the real Rokumeikan?
もちろん本物だよ。というわけで、早速侵入してみようか。
I'm sorry? Eh? I looked up at Charlie's face in surprise. There was an evil smile on his face. Did you just say break in?
ああ、言い方が悪かったね。こっそり潜り込んでみようって言いたかったんだ。
No, you said break in. They sound like the same thing to me.
ほら、耳を澄ませてごらん。あのにぎわいっぷりよ。きっと中では盛大なパーティーが行われているに違いないさ。
He said, completely ignoring my accusation. Charlie seemed to see only the glamorous lights of the Rokumeikan.
僕の推理ではね、すんごいごちそうが用意されていると見ているんだ。ステーキとかローストビーフとか
I like steak.
寿司とか北京ダック
Steak
と
is
か。
yummy. Oh, hold up. I got a notification from somebody. Oh. Hold on. Who messaged me? I thought someone messaged me. It's okay. Oh well. Steak. Roast beef. The The sumptuous menu crossed my... I think that was supposed to be scrumptious, but the sumptuous menu crossed my mind as my hunger from earlier raised its head. Of course, I wanted to eat if I could, but... It's impossible. We can't just sneak in.
僕を誰だと思ってる？
A very suspicious man. Charlie smiled fearlessly.
世紀の大奇術師チャーリー様に不可能なことなどほとんどないのだよ。
Almost nothing? There was subtlety in the fact that he could not clearly assert nothing. So I came to the entrance of Rokumeikon, being forcefully pulled by Charlie. Charlie, there seem to be security guards here. On both sides of the front door were two men dressed in military uniforms from that period. They had a somewhat scary look and had an intense aura about them. I had no idea what kind of party it was, but having neither money nor an invitation, I was sure we'd be turned away at the door.
なーに、心配することはないよ。正面玄関さえ突破してしまえばこっちのものだからね。
Hello! No, I did not get notified, but hello, welcome. But how?
こうするのさ。ちょっと失礼。
Oh boy. Snap. Charlie snapped his fingers in a customary way and produced a large cloak. Hi! I'm playing the game that I was telling you about. The translations are a little jank, but it's fine. It's cute, and I like it, so... I thought that he would just slightly slip on the cloak, but he pulled me into a hug. Oh! Ah!
これは世にも不思議な魔法のマントでね。
A magical
ひとたび
cloak!
まとえば存在が消え、背景と同化してしまうという便利アイテムなんだ。
I don't believe him. Really?
今、僕らの姿は誰も目視できない。つまり透明人間になったも同然なんだよ。
I don't believe him.
便利だろう？
Once again, he seemed to be talking complete gibberish. But I cannot escape from the cloak that enveloped me in its embrace. You know, I think I would really like to go home now.
いやー楽しみだな。豪華な料理。やっぱりごちそうといえばステーキだよね。
Do not tease me with food. Please let me go home. I floated around the cloak, and I had no idea where I was going back to, but I wanted to get away from here as quickly as possible. Wait. Suddenly, elegant music streamed into my ears. It was a famous song. It was a famous classic song that was familiar to me, even though I did not know its name. Oh, is it? Yeah, I've been having problems with the audio, so... is that better? I don't know. My mic audio has been kind of off whack, so... Anyway, I'll continue. I don't want it to be too quiet. Anyway, continuing on. The bouncy laughter of women rode that melody. It was like the chatter of birds chirping. The sound of the plates being carried with a clink clink. Somebody coughing, a joyful toast. Even within the cloak, I could feel the heat surrounding the area. It seemed to be transmitted to me.
はい、お疲れ様。もう出てきていいよ。
Oh! Where are we? With a flick, the cloak's tethers were loosened, and the view suddenly opened up in front of me. A dazzling light hit my eyes, and I involuntarily held up my hand. So dazzling! Hanging from this high ceiling was a large chandelier. Oh my! Where are we? Underneath the light reflecting off the cut glass was a gorgeous dance hall. The women there, designed to the women in dresses designed to bulge around the hips stepped gracefully. The girls were escorted by military men in uniform with many medals on their chests. Next among them were foreigners in tails, and the entire floor created an exotic atmosphere that was indescribable. Before I knew it, we had past the guards and entered the Okumeikon. Stunned, I looked up at the magician next to me, who was smiling slightly. Does that cape really make you invisible?
そんなわけないさ。
He stated simply, shrugging his shoulders. What? But now you said it was a magic cape.
僕は魔法使いじゃなくてただの奇術師だ。この程度のマジック、奇術師レベル3ぐらいで習得する簡単スキルだよ。
Level 3 my ass. Is that right?
ちなみに僕は記述詩レベル75だけどね。
What the fuck is he talking about? I really had no idea how much he was joking, and to what extent he was serious. Then someone bumped into my shoulder with a thump. Ah! Hello! A man! Strong arms caught me as I stumbled from the impact of the collision. Ah! Oh my
あ
god.
すまなかった大丈夫か
Oh, I'm just fine, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. The hand that had reached out to me belonged to a man in a white military uniform. The red military uniform was finely embroidered with gold thread, and the gold shoulder patch slung over his shoulder. It was a costume worn by a person who was clearly of high rank. When dressing up, he really put a lot of effort into the costume. Girl still thinks she's not in the Meiji area, period. Okay, girl. It suited him perfectly well. That well-rounded, beautiful face! Oh my god, girl. Okay, me too, but like, calm down. You just ran into this guy. The well-rounded, beautiful face. The eyes caught the champagne gold light, confident and radiant.
本当に大丈夫かい怪我は
No, I'm just fine. I'm perfect. I'm great. Yes, really, I'm fine.
そうかい
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. He crossed his arms and gazed over my body with some interest. I quickly became uncomfortable with the less reserved stare. Come to think of it, I remembered the man I had asked for directions had observed me in the same way. High school uniforms were not so unusual, were they? Is there something I can...
大貝さん、何してるんですか
Oh my god, is that who I think it is? At that moment, I heard someone else's voice behind me. Oh, my
勝手にいなくならないでください。こんなところで放置されても困ります。
Okay, so I know I had said this before. I have watched this show. This show made me cry so aggressively when I finished it. Very specifically, this green bitch right here. Oh my god. The side plot... It broke my heart. That's all I'm gonna say. It really broke my heart. So... King. My king. Unfortunately, I'm not romancing him first, but, my king.
ああすまない俊操
Oh, Shunzo. My baby. Shunzo, as the man in the school uniform was called, walked up to the man in the military uniform with cold eyes. This also a cosplay? He was wearing a type of student's hat that you don't see much today, and a stuffed collar with a retro silhouette. Yes, it was a show. It's a show on Crunchyroll. I loved it, and it made me cry at the end. But I think I was also just very emotional that week. Honest to God, maybe I could watch again and cry. I'm not sure. His long hair bundled loosely into... That's not a bun, that's ponytail, but okay. Loosely... Well, into one bun. His thin lips were drawn back in a somewhat sullen manner.
そう険しい顔をするんじゃない
It's called the same thing as the
何か絵
game,
の題材
Meiji
になるよ
Tokyo
うなものは
Renka.
あったのかい
ここは空気が悪すぎます。目が痛くて絵の題材を探すどころではありません。
My baby. My
おや
baby.
そいつは残念だたまには俗物に触れてみるのもいいと思ったのだけどね
Oh yeah, for the record, I'm
醜
not
悪な要
attracted
素
to
も
him.
芸
It's
術には
just
必要だ
I
ろ
ship him and that love interest. He made me cry a lot. I want to just hug him and like just cuddle him.
またあなたは公衆の場でそんな問題発言を。
He blurted out and turned, and the youth with the stuffed collar turned his gaze on me.
このご婦人は
Hey.
うん今知り合ったばかりなのだよちょうどお茶にでも誘おうと思ったところでお前という邪魔が入ったというわけだ
Excuse me? What? Really? While the men in the military uniform, while the man, I think it's supposed to be man, while the man in the military uniform was grinning, the gaze of the man in the school uniform became ever more chilling.
大貝さん、あなたは相変わらず前衛的なものをお好みのようですね。
What the fuck does that mean? He blurted out with his gaze directed straight at me.
もう今夜は十分油を売りましたよね。長いは無用です。さっさと帰りましょう。
こら待たないか俊操 まったくお前と
Oh, God, I keep clicking on accident. I'm sorry. The man in the military uniform followed the young man, whom he called Shunso, and disappeared into the crowd.
いやあ、いきなり有名人とご対面だね。
What the fuck do you mean, Charlie? Said Charlie, who was already holding a plate of steak in hand. Oh, bitch, give me that. Celebrity?
そう、今のは森林太郎というより森鴎外と言った方がわかりやすい
Old
かな。
guy. Wait a fucking minute. History?
そして彼と一緒にいたのは日本画家の菱田俊宗だよ。名前は
Oh, God, sorry, Charlie. I have, like, trigger finger. I must have had a rather stupid look on my face at that time. Okay, Mori. Shunso Hishida. I had heard those names before, but just like the Rokumeikon, they were names that I knew that I knew from being listed in textbooks.
今夜のパーティーはすごい顔ぶれを揃えているようだね。あそこにいる学生服の彼は幻想作家の泉鏡花だ。
What? My eyes widened as I looked in the direction in which Charlie pointed. Wait a minute. Pause. If this is the Meiji period, why the fuck does he have an earring like that? Okay, sure. Among the well-dressed men was a slender man in a school uniform, and for some reason he had a large white rabbit on his shoulder. I like the rabbit, it's very cute. What's that? A stuffed animal? Or is it real? If you looked closely, you could see its ears moving. Apparently, it was a real rabbit. What an innovative person he was, bringing a pet to a party.
はあ、不衛生だな。こんなところでよく食事ができるよね。どいつもこいつも。
Okay, OCD. The words came out of his mouth in a wild manner, unbecoming of his beautiful face.
パーティーなんて雑菌の温床でしかないよ。だから来たくなかったんだ。
Okay, Death the Kid.
おや、京香ちゃんじゃねえか。
My man! Apologies. One of my men, I shall say. Mikazuki, I can hear you. I can hear you, Mikazuki. Mikazuki. A man with a pinstripe suit approached the man with the rabbit as he stood there grumbling to himself. Wow, what a beauty! Oh, MC, I love you, girl. Me too. Wow, what a babe. The rabbit guy was also quite looking, but the guy who had just showed up had the kind of eye-catching appearance that seemed to make the place even more glamorous. Alright, girl, we get it. With his slender body and somewhat sexy gaze! Girl, calm down. You just met this guy. Keep your panties on. Damn! He stood out enough to make a passerby look twice.
なんだ、川上か。
なんだ冷てえじゃねえか。お前の唯一の友人とこうして相まみえたっていうのによ。
Hey babe, you single? You wanna go get some drinks later?
はあ、僕をちゃん付けで呼ぶようなやつ、友人にした覚えはないよ。
I glared at the rabbit guy. I think it's supposed to be he glared at the rabbit guy. However, the man in the suit didn't seem to mind and restrained his laughter with amusement.
あら、笑った顔も素敵だわってところかな。
Hey! Suddenly there was a whisper in my ear and I jumped up in surprise.
見とれるのも無理はないよ。彼は川上音次郎といってね、
I
新
want
進
him.
気鋭の若手役者
Charlie,
なのさ。
give me his number. Now, stat! I wasn't exactly gawking. This was not exactly accurate, to be honest. But it made sense when Charlie told me that he was an actor. It's no wonder that his aura was so spectacular. Come to think of it, Charlie, why are you so knowledgeable? He didn't seem to know any of them, but he was able to reel off their names one after the other. Then Charlie, gulping down mouthfuls of steak, said,
それはね、この時代に来たのはこれが初めてじゃないからだよ。
"The bitch take me back home!" Yeah? My thoughts became transfixed by this enigmatic response. When you say this era, you mean this era, right?
そう、この時代、つまり明治時代だね。
No, it's the Heisei period now.
つい数時間前まではね。でも僕らは今、明治時代にタイムスリップしてしまったわけだからさ。
Fuck. Time travel. This strange man casually voiced such unrealistic words.
って さっき説明しなかったっけ？
I mean, you did, but like, I think you did, but even so, it was completely unbelievable, such a story. It was certainly true, though, that I couldn't explain this whole situation as some kind of theme park. Everything was too unnatural from the fact that there was not a single building in Marunouchi's prime location to the fact that everyone on the street was dressed in retro attire. Was I dreaming? For a dream, everything seemed far too real. So if this world is not a dream, if this is the afterlife or something? It seemed an outlandish idea on my part, but it actually made a lot of sense. It's possible that I had died in an accident. In other words, this world was hell and everyone on the dance floor was a dead person like me. No wonder, then, that there were so many people who lived in the Edo and Heian periods, not to mention the Meiji period. No. My thoughts were drifting off in an occult direction, but I shook my head in panic.
どうしたの？お化けでも見たような顔しちゃって。
My brother in Christ, we are in an era that is... If I can do my math correctly, what did I say, like 18 something? Hold on. I have the... Yeah, 1868 to 1912. We are over 100 years in the past. I'd be a little shocked. Stop talking such nonsense, I said, making my case forcefully. It would be a problem if ghosts appear or if I were to become one.
え？本当にお化けがいたのかい？どこ？
There are no ghosts! As I raised my voice, a large figure suddenly stood in front of me.
ちょっと待ってください、そこの娘さん。
I know that voice. Tachibana-san! What are you doing in my ultimate game? Mr. Tachibana? Argenti? Too bad you're not my type. But I know that voice anywhere. I'm like a bloodhound. I hear just intonation. I know it. A bespectacled foreigner who had barged in seemingly from nowhere looked down at me with a serious look on his face.
あなたは今、お化けなどいないとおっしゃいましたね。
It's Tachibana! Tachibana-san! What?
失礼。私はこういうものです。
Sir, please back up. I was taken aback as he offered me a business card. On it was written, lecturer in English literature at Tokyo Imperial University, College of Letters and Literature, Lafikado Hearn. Lafikado Hearn? I'd heard that name before, but I was sure it was the real name of Koizumi Yakumo.
お化けはいない。そう断言するのは実にたやすいことです。
Ugh, all I hear is Argenti. My Genti. I miss him. I miss Argenti, bro. He lightly lifted the frames on his glasses and coughed.
しかし、私がかつて出雲にいた頃、いえ、その前に、カカの駆け戸に出向いた時の話をしましょう。そこには、地蔵の泉と呼ばれる死んだ子供の亡霊が飲むお乳の泉があり、
What?
その岩屋の奥には、青白い石地蔵が微笑んでいます。
What is blood talking about?
さらによく見ると、長さ10センチほどの小さな足跡があるではありませんか。
My brain can't even my brain doesn't even see the man in front of me. All it sees, hold on, wait a minute. This is why I have this setting. This is all I see, bro. All I see is my man. My man. And this is gonna be a problem. But you know what, sure.
これは夜の間に子供の亡霊たちがつけた足跡であり。
Again, what is bro talking about? Why has he suddenly started with a ghost story? In contrast to my bewildered expression, he never lost his poise as he spoke. This is no good. I tried to seek help from Charlie. I thought he would be next to me chewing steak. But, and this is even worse, Charlie was nowhere to be seen. Just 2 seconds ago, he had been next to me. He was probably just gone to get a refill of food. How sneaky. Come to think of it, I was yet to put a piece of beef in my mouth. Girl, me too.
なぜ夜の間かと言いますと、これは死者がとりわけお日様を恐れるからです。
Huh?
したがって 彼らが石を積み上げるのは決まって日が暮れてからだという伝承で。
What is he talking about? And it's still going on.
おや？
The ghost story that looked like it could go on forever came to an abrupt end.
小泉なんだその女は。
Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Okay, none of you know who Kevin is. Kevin is from a show that I really like called Devil and Realist, who is also, funny enough, Hugo. Hey, Hugo. What you doing here? This will be the first man romancing. Actually, well, okay. That's debatable. There are two people who I want to romance. I either want to romance the actor or this fine babe. So, I don't know yet. But I want both of them. You can't see my hands, but I'm like moving them around like a weirdo. Anyway, hey. This is because another man appeared to interrupt the words of the bespectacled man. When speaking of the first impressions of the man, the word scary came to mind. He had a tall physique that made one look up at him, and his eyes were bright. He was dressed in a tight, dark green police-like uniform and carried a saber at his waist. Who am I going for first? I don't know. I want to be sandwiched between this green guy and the actor. So, we're gonna just, you know, spin the bottle and hope for the best. His dangerous aura was in full swing, so much so that a chill ran down my spine when our eyes met for a moment.
これは
I'm so
これは
scared.
警視庁洋中の藤田五郎警部補ではありませんか。今夜も見回りご苦労様です。
Goro Fujita. Hey, Goro.
余計な挨拶はいい。その女は誰だ？答えろ。
I'm your future wife, that's all you need to know.
誰ってそれは。
He lifted his frames of his glasses again and looked at me seriously.
どちら様でしたでしょうか、娘さん。
Me? Well, how should I answer? I was afraid of the penetrating gaze of this guy Fujita and couldn't speak properly.
なんと奇て烈な様相だ。とても井上外務卿が招いた賓客とは思えん。
Child?
おい娘。
Don't call me child.
どこのも。
Oh, sorry. He took one step closer to me. I was really in a pinch. I didn't know what would happen to me if they found out I had sneaked in. Surely not with that saber. Oh. He grabbed onto the handle of his saber as if to meet my expectations.
藤田さん、こんなにか弱い娘さんに何
Yeah,
を。
really, what the fuck you doing?
なぜ答えない娘。
Stop calling me child!
場合によっては管理公許の罪に問うぞ。
Musume is woman, it's girl. Even so, if this continues, I could be arrested. Soon, the well-dressed ladies and gentlemen began to watch us from a distance. Oh shit! What should I do? Oh no! Oh no! I have a choice? Hold on.
セー
Wait
ブ
a
す
minute.
るの？
Wait a minute.
ここにセーブするのかな？
Whoa, wait, whoa,
セーブが完了したようだね。
I don't. What will happen when it? I guess we could ask Mr. Kawakami for help because I do want his help, my fine brown haired babe. Someone help me. I look around hoping for the best. But of course, no one wanted to get involved with a shady-looking girl like me when I asked. When I asked for help with my eyes, people instantly looked away.
おい娘。何をキョロキョロしている？
Please back up. Somebody grabbed my wrist and I let out a small scream.
さてはこの中にお前の同志が潜伏しているのか？早く名を名乗らなければその同志もろとも降院してやる。
But the blacks of my eyelids burned with fear and anxiety. I felt my field of vision suddenly blurring, as well as a piercing gaze directed toward me. Oh no. Eyes that seemed to see right through me. Those people.
もう我慢ならね
That's my man. A man wearing a pinstripe suit stomped on the ground, shouting loudly. After scratching his head, he approached me as if he had reached some direct decision.
川上。
おいおい藤田さんよ、あんた結構な身分じゃねえか。
Oh my god! He came to my rescue! I'm shitting bricks right now. Rah!
そんな小娘相手に公衆の面前で短歌切るなんざ恥ずかしくねえのかよ。
Yeah, you should feel ashamed, Fujita-san. Said Kawakami provocatively, not heeding the restraint of Fujita, who was carrying the rabbit. I tried to stifle a gasp of horror at the way he addressed a policeman in such unflinching terms. Yes, that is the MC. Milk's nothing like me, but it's okay.
公衆の面前で単価を切るのが俺の仕事だ。
Hold up. Let me just hold on. Let me have my little moment. Oh shoot, my tail. Hey boys. Oh, let me put this away. Hey boys. Don't fight over me. Stop. Oh my god, stop fighting over me. I'm sorry. I'll go back to my corner. I'll bring back Hugo. With that said, Fujita slowly pulled his saber from its sheath. Damn, Fujita!
小うるさい思想家気取りの道家者を黙らせるのも
Dude, calm down!
俺の仕事になるらしい。
When Fujita pointed the tip of a saber toward Kawakami, a shiver ran across the glittering floor.
はあ、なんだ、この国のお上は無抵抗かつ善良な市民に刃を向けんのか？
Yeah, keep me safe, Otojiro-san.
善良な市民。ふん、笑わせるな。自由同時だかなんだか知らんが、集会条例違反、出版条例違反、管理侮辱。一体何度投獄されれば気が済む。
Otojiro, you've been arrested before?
我々警察も暇ではないのでな。貴様の愚行には付き合いきれん。
Anyway, I like how my two boyfriends are fighting. Guys, don't fight over me, stop.
はっ、国の意向を傘に着るしか能のねえやつに凄まれたぐらいでな。大の男がそう簡単に引けるかよ。
Oh.
黙れ、鈍調役者風情が。叩き切られたいのか。
Ladies, stop fighting. There's more of me. There's more enough of me to go around. I promise. Oh my god.
おお、きれいきれい。天下の警部補様が6名間で大立ち回りを演じるなんざ最高の呼び物じゃねえか。
Ladies, come on, ladies.
お題は見てのお帰りでってな。
貴様。
Fujita clicked his tongue and repositioned his saber. Oh shit. Fujita. Oh my god. What I saw was not anger nor murderous intent. It would be best described as raising an eyebrow in annoyance at a winged insect. However, that was what was terrifying. About it. He looked ready to slay a man without compunction just because of his irritation.
たくしょうがないな。
I heard someone sigh, and that's when it happened. Oh, I feel the vision suddenly went black.
なんだ。
Look at him! Okay, girl boss. He's such a girly pop. Not girl boss, girly pop. I meant girly pop. Sudden enveloping of darkness that caused a commotion across the floor. Jesus, why is there glass? There were sounds of screaming women, glasses being smashed, and someone scampering around. Although the moonlight was forcing its way through the window, it was not sufficiently bright to discern faces. What had happened? As I stood there helplessly, unsure of what to do, I suddenly heard a voice in my ear.
逃げるなら今のうちだけど。
Okay! What?
だからさっさと逃げろって言ってんの。
Oh, okay, bye! Ah! Somebody pushed me forward pushed me in the back so I almost fell forward. Wait, what are you doing?
早く逃げないとウサギの餌にしてやるよ、このクズ。
Feed me to the rabbit? I'm a fucking fox, thank you very much. Although shocked about how he was addressing me, I realized that it was my only chance to get away. It was not a time to have my head in the stars. That's right, I have to get out of here. In the dark, and without knowing why, I started running for the exit. I didn't even get to eat! Man! Fortunately, due to the uproar of the power cut, none of the security forces paid me any heed. I'm sure even Fujita wouldn't think it worth his while to chase me. I wonder whether Charlie's okay. I was concerned for the magician. Reluctantly, I decided to temporarily get away from the Roku Meikon. The town of Ginza rose before me again. My eyes had become strangely accustomed to the sight of the horse-drawn carriages coming and going, too. I'm really thirsty. But unfortunately, there was no vending machines anywhere, and I didn't have a wallet to start with. Usually in such a situation, I would go to the police station, but the possibility that somebody like Fujita will appear made me think twice. Anyway, let me walk. As I walk, I might find a place I know. Not a place where horse-drawn carriages and rickshaws pass through, but a normal town of vending machines and convenience stores. If I could get there, I might find a way to get back to my house. Believing this, I moved forward, one foot at a time. Where am I? How much time had passed since I started walking? The view of the city remained unchanged no matter how far I walked. There were no cars passing on the dark streets, and no artificial neon lights illuminating the darkness. The fact that they refused to pedestrian was even more disheartening. I knew I should have waited for Charlie. He was the only person that the present me could call an acquaintance. I'm so sorry, my brain. But now I'm not even sure how I would get back to the Roku Meikon. Oh, she's hungry. I'm so hungry. After walking for too long, my legs felt like rods. Still, I must walk. Walking is about the only thing I can do at the moment. Oh, poor baby. Oh, must have been 2 or 3 hours. After walking so long, I had no longer had any sense of time. I ended up walking in an unknown town. Compared to Ginza, which was a much more western-looking district, this area had a purely Japanese feel. It had an atmosphere of movie sets and period dramas. The red lanterns swayed in even intervals on a dimly lit hill, which had almost fantastical feel to it. I'm so tired. My fatigue had reached a limit on the way up the hill, and finally, bereft of strength, I slumped on the curb. I couldn't take another step. Although it was right in the middle of the city, I felt as if I was completely lost in the snowy mountains. What was worse is I was being attacked by waves of sleepiness. If I fall asleep now, will I die? The hunger was also helping drain my consciousness. Oh no, babe, get up! Before I die, I wish I'd eaten. I remember the roast beef with plenty of gravy I saw at the Roku Meikon. Girl! Me too. Not the gravy, but the roast beef. Girl, before I die, I wish I'd eaten. Me too.
Oh
my god, is that my savior? Eh? As I dozed off, somebody standing above me shouted in surprise. Hey! When I raised my head to see what was happening, the woman wearing a red long-sleeve kimono was standing there. She was a dazzling beauty. Oh, what? 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 Oh, whoa! Hey! Wait a minute. Can I go back? Okay, I could. Damn. I'm trying to have fun. She was a dazzling beauty. She was a dazzling beauty of the kind that completely blew my sleep away. Hey. Yeah, you are? She spoke to me in a familiar manner, but I didn't recognize her at all. Then she raised her eyebrows and clapped her hands as if she realized something. Buddy, I know it's you. My little cross-dressing husband. Rawr. Huh?
いやー、なんでもね。じゃなくて、なんでもないのよ。こっちの話。
Whoa. Then, with a bewitching smile on her face, she crouched down, looking me in the eye.
ところであんた、こんなところで座り込んでどうしたのさ。ここはあんたみたいな小娘が来るところじゃないんだけどね。
Oh my god, what do you mean by that? Where am I exactly? When I shot back a question of my own, she had a puzzled look on her face.
なんだ迷子かい？ここは神楽坂だよ。
This is why I wanted to be with him. If you guys couldn't tell, he dresses up as a woman on the side. I love it. Kagurazaka? My understanding was that Kagurazaka was in the Shinjuku ward. I had really walked here all the way from Ginza. Of course, just knowing the name of the place didn't change the situation at all. My memory remained hazy, and the fact that I was still penniless. I thought I would be okay if I could just walk, but it didn't actually do me any good at all. What time is it? Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna have to finish this up soon.
ちょっとあんた、シャンとしなよ。こんなところでぼんやりしてたら悪い輩に売り飛ばされちまうじゃないか。
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. But...
家はどこだい？しょうがない、送っていってやるよ。お人よしな私に感謝するんだ、ね。
Oh my god! Babe, stop! A good person. Not only is she beautiful, but she's also a good teacher. But I had no words to reply to her question. I don't know where I live.
は？
I don't even know what I'm doing here.
はあ？あんた、何言ってんのさ。
I suppose this reaction was not surprising. The only thing I could remember was my own name. I couldn't remember anything about my house or family. That was not the only problem. This was not the Shinjuku war that I was familiar with. Having walked all the way around Tokyo and not seen a single convenience store, I felt unable to say for sure this is the modern age of Tokyo. Girl, you think? Tears rolled down my cheeks. Oh, baby! I left my emotions behind and only tears spilled out automatically and sluggishly.
ちょっとあんた、何泣いてるんだよ。私が泣かしてるみたいで外分が悪いじゃない
I'm
か。
crying because I'm scared and I'm hungry and I'm tired. Sorry.
もう鼻まで垂らすんじゃないよ。可愛い顔が台無しだろ。
Oh my god, I love him. She then took out what looked like a thin strip of Japanese paper from her sleeve and wiped my messy face. Although her hands were a little rough, I felt the warmth of her fingertips throughout my whole body. I bet you MC is probably having like a lesbian awakening right now, being like, oh my god, am I in love with a woman? She also smelled really good, and I felt that this was having a calming effect on me.
ほら、泣いてたって始まらないからさ。とりあえず立ちなよ。
Okay. I stood up as she commanded.
行くところがないなら、私のところに連れて行ってやってもいいけどさ。
Yes, please take me in. Your unexpected suggestion somehow brought tremendous relief to my heart. Are you sure it's okay?
いいも悪いもしょうがないだろう。一度声かけちまった以上、ほっぽり出しておくわけにもいかないからね。ただし。
She stopped talking and pressed her index finger onto my forehead. Oh, excuse you.
あんたも私についてくるからには、それなりの覚悟をしてもらうよ。
What does that mean?
いいね。後からギャーギャー文句を言うんじゃないよ。
ギャーギャー What do you mean? She took my silence as a seal of approval, picked up the hem of her kimono and began to walk quickly. Oh my goodness. Ma'am! After walking the hill with the red lantern swaying, we turned a corner and entered an alley. The sound of the shamisen seemed to appear from nowhere. Stores that looked like traditional ryote lined the streets. Walking along the cobblestones, a building suddenly appeared in front of me.
着いたよ。ここが私の家。
Oh. This?
そう、豪邸だろ。
I nodded my head. The three-story building with its marble clock tower was truly magnificent. It had a tiled roof and a Western-style structure, fitting the mood of the Japanese-style town well. The balcony was faintly lit by a lamp, and there was a truly magical atmosphere. You must be incredibly rich. She seemed surprised and laughed at my rather direct statement. What's so funny about that? Huh? What?
たく、真に受けるんじゃないよ。こんなうさんくさい建物が普通の家なわけないだろ。
Can't? Isn't it?
驚いた。世間知らずなお嬢だね、あんた。
What the fuck does that mean? Is he calling me like a novice? What does she mean? Having said that, it definitely was not something that would pass for an ordinary home. While we were there, kimono-clad women were frequently entering and leaving. What is more, they were all dressed like geisha. What is this place? Yeah, we're at a brothel. Anxiety slowly crept up from beneath my feet. She beckoned me to— well, not a brothel, but we're in the red
何
light
ビクビ
district.
クしてるのさ。ほら、おいで。
Huh? Where are we going? Yes. I didn't have an option but to trust her and follow her. I mean, I didn't have anywhere else to go.
はい、ここが私の部屋。豪勢な部屋じゃなくて悪いけど我慢し
Oh
て
my
お
god,
く
we're
れよ。
sharing a room? Stop! I was shown to a carefully tidied six-mat Japanese room. Apparently, she slept here. Good enough. That was fine, but... Excuse me, but...
何
On the way to this room, I saw several people who looked like geishas. I had been wondering about this and asked hesitantly. There were several similar rooms in this building, and it seemed that a lot of women lived here. The glassy appearance of the faint, sweet smell of white powder further put my mind in a whirl. So, what is this place at the end of the day?
まだわからないのかい
No, I know, but you gotta tell the girl.
ここはね、置屋だよ。
Yep, figured. Okiya? I tilted my head at the sound of the unfamiliar words. Oh, Okiya!
あん
Oh
た
my.
本当にどこのお嬢なのさ。おかしな様相姿だし、ただものじゃなさそうだけどね。
She sat down on the tatsumi mat and leaned forward, peering questioningly into my face. Wow, she's so close. Even though we were the same sex, I felt strangely excited by her vibrant beauty. Gay MC! We love sapphics!
そんなに身構えなくてもいいじゃないか。別に取ってくやしないよ。
Oh my god, you should bite me. Whoa, who said that? Who said that?
つまり置屋っていうのは、私みたいな芸者の待機場なんだ。日が暮れればここから料亭なんかに出向いてさ、
Yeah,
お
okay,
客
makes
の
sense.
相手をするってわけ。
Yup. Escorts for customers. This one casual word seemed to reverberate within my brain. What suddenly came to mind was a steamy scene from a period drama. Ooh, girl! Get your head out of the gutter, oh my god! Oh shoot, sorry. A woman has her sash untied by a reprobate government official and is the one where they cry out, "Ah, officer!" Could it be that a bead of sweat ran down my back. I've been sold! I'm sorry.
え
I'm going home. As I tried to rush out of the Japanese room, she grabbed my ankle. Oh shit! I'm caught! Ouch!
ちょいとマッチ。どこに帰ろうっていうのさ。
Buddy, I'm not selling my body. You can't make me. I don't know, but I'm leaving anyway. I can't, deal with customers. And I'm not ready for that. I don't even look good. Anyway, I just can't do it.
何わけのわかんないことを言ってるんだい。いいから落ち着きなって。
Let go of me.
ったく。いいから落ち着けって言ってんじゃねえか、この小娘が。
Excuse me, do not call me a wretch. Just as I thought I heard a rough, angry voice, somebody pulled my ankles, and before I realized it, I was flat on my back on the tatami. She was standing over me now and holding my wrist, pushing me down hard. She was really strong.
あら、あたしたら。手荒なことしてすまなかったね。
Take my clothes off. Whoa! Who said that? Anyway.
手を離してもらいたい
Yes. Actually, no, don't. I don't, but, yes, please! Yes.
じゃあ、私の話を静かに聞くって約束できるなら話してあげる。
I should probably put this away. I forgot.
話を聞いた上で帰りたいって言うなら、私も止めはしないからさ。
I nodded my head up and down. I was totally intimidated by the strength she possessed as a woman. Girl, have I got news for you?
静かにできるじゃないか。いい？あんた何か勘違いしてるみたいだからはっきり言っておくけどさ。
Do I? She raised herself up and released my wrists.
芸者と遊女を一緒にするんじゃないよ。私たちは芸は売っても身は売らないんだ。
Ah, so we're not prostitutes. I slowly sat up. When I looked at how serious she was, I panicked, but I gradually regained my composure.
ま、あんたは世間知らずのお嬢みたいだから、芸者と遊女がごっちゃになるのも無理はないと思うけどね。
I was fixed with a wide-eyed stare.
私も褒められたような人間じゃないけど、会ったばかりの子を捕まえて身売りさせるほど腐っちゃいないよ。
I will say, the anime goes through all the love interests. It's not just him. He, I think, has like maybe 1 to 2 episodes dedicated to him. But he is not the main love interest. The red one is actually the main love interest, and he's fine. A little too insane for me, but yeah, I mean, also, I think the anime was done more recently, because this looks a lot more retro than the anime. But it's still the same series. I'm sorry. I felt ashamed at the way I had made such a fuss and lowered my head.
そんなに恐縮しなくてもいいよ。連れてくる前にちゃんと説明しなかった私も悪かったんだからさ。
No, not at all, really. It was nice of you to help me out. I could have been left for dead at that place. After what I went through at the Rokumeikon, getting separated from Charlie and even forgetting where I lived, engulfed by the bewitching atmosphere of this city, I felt I had lost the ability to make calm decisions. I'm trying to find a place to stop because I need to finish, like, after this conversation, I'll probably finish up. When I thought about what might await me, I was filled with anxiety, but I could at least be thankful that somebody was taking care of me. Thank you very much.
変な子だね。今度は嫌に素直じゃないか。
What can
と
I
に
say?
かく布団を借りてきてあげるから今夜はもう寝ないよ。詳しい話は明日聞かせておくれ。
Okay. Yes. When I nodded, she smiled gently and left the room. Maybe it's because I was no longer nervous that I suddenly felt all the strength leave my body. And then faintly, I heard a woman's laughter and the sound of a shamisen. The outside window was the light of red lanterns. God, I can read. Although we were definitely in Japan, something was clearly different. This is not the world I know. So, what is the world I know? The only thing I'm certain about right now is my name. I'm not sure of anything anymore. I slowly collapsed on the tatami mat. I didn't want to think about anything else. I just wanted to sleep deeply. Oh. Okay. Oh, nope, wrong thing. And that is where we will stop.
セーブするの？
That is where we will stop.
ここにセーブするのかな？
Oh boy. I am so happy to start this game. I love the show. Yeah, so there's a guy named Charlie, the white guy with the top hat. I think he had a top hat. I don't remember at this point. He basically was like, hey, he like put her in like a box for a magic trick, and she was accidentally transported to Meiji period Japan. So we're like stuck here. But yeah, that's all we'll do for tonight. Since I have a mutual who is on right now, I will raid them. Or alternatively, let me see if there are any people also playing Ultimate games right now. I don't think so. Oh, someone's playing Love and Deep Space, but no. I mean, look, no shame to Love and Deep Space. But I have a mutual who is on right now, so I think I might just send to them. Let me put it in. I think that'll work. Yeah, okay. So, thank you to the 2 people who are here. I'm sending you over to my friend. Well, not friend, but mutual, who I followed. Sunday, we will come back to streaming. Because tomorrow I will be out and will be exhausted. But thank you so much for everyone who came. I hope you have fun. And yeah. Good night. Bye-bye.